She sat by the window watching the rain hit the ground. Her hands, old and wrinkled, held a small cup of tea. There was a soft smile on her face. People often asked her, "Why are you always happy? You have lost so much in life. Your husband is gone. Your children live far away. You live alone in this small house. Yet you smile every day. How?" She would laugh softly and say, "Because I choose to." One day a young man came to visit her. He had lost his job. His friends had left him. His heart was heavy with pain. He sat in front of her, his eyes filled with sadness. "Life is unfair," he said. "I have nothing left. How can I be happy?" The old woman took a deep breath and said, "Let me tell you a story." She pointed to a beautiful flower in her garden. "Do you see that flower? Yesterday, the strong wind broke its stem. It fell to the ground. But today, look at it. It is still blooming, still spreading its fragrance. It does not cry over what happened. It just continues to be beautiful." That is how life is. You can choose to cry over what you lost, or you can bloom again. The young man frowned. "But pain is real. Loss is real. How can I ignore it?" She nodded. "Yes, pain is real. But so is happiness. You see, people think happiness comes from outside, from money, love, success. But happiness is inside you. It is how you see the world." She took 2 glasses and filled them with water. Then she added a spoonful of salt to 1 glass. "Drink from both," she said. The young man took a sip from the first glass. It was pure, fresh water. Then he tasted the second. His face twisted. "It is salty." The old woman smiled. "This is life. The water is your mind. The salt is pain. If your glass is small, even a little salt will make it bitter. But if your glass is big, the salt will not matter. Expand your mind, and your pain will feel smaller." The young man was silent. She continued, "I lost my husband when I was young. I cried for days. Then I realized I could drown in my tears, or I could live. I chose to live. When my children moved away, I missed them. But I chose to be happy for them instead of feeling lonely. When my body grew weak, I chose to be grateful for the years I had. Happiness is a choice, and every day I choose it." Tears filled the young man's eyes. "But how do I choose happiness when I feel so lost?" She placed her hand on his. "Start small. Every morning, say thank you. Thank you for the sun, the air, the breath in your body. Look for one good thing each day. Help someone. Smile even when you don't feel like it. Slowly, your heart will change." The young man left her house that day with a lighter heart. He still had problems, but something inside him had shifted. He started finding small joys. The warmth of the sun, the sound of birds, the kindness of strangers. He still struggled, but he remembered her words. "Happiness is a choice, and every day I choose it." Years passed. The old woman grew weaker. One morning she did not wake up. People from the village came to her house mourning her loss. But as they sat in her little home, they realized something. Her house was not filled with sadness. It was filled with light, laughter, and memories of a woman who had chosen happiness every single day. And so they too began to choose happiness. And maybe, just maybe, you can too.